let me ask you this: can you tell if somebody is American?
Yes, I can tell an American like from 200 meters away from the back at night without light. I don't know, like there's something specific. I probably cannot tell what exactly, but yes, Americans are different.
Would you,
Well, even if they pretend to like keep up with this culture, with this lifestyle, they still fail.
she's in love with him, and she loves the fact that she loves that he don't love her. This video goes into, oh, I was actually scrolled down a bit. Okay. So it says, a man is supposed to worship the ground a woman walks on. And to be clear, see, I touched on this in I think 2 or 3 videos a while back. See, how she is feeling and how she's talking like this, all women really want this shit. Okay, like they really want it. But like I said in the video a while back, the hard part that all women face, or it's 2 hard parts. One, the first hard part is, you know, the first hard part is they get their heads hyped because they know some dudes want to have sex with them. So then it's like, oh my god, you know, I'm the queen bee, you know, all that silly shit. And then the second part is, like I say all the time, to be woman is in some form to be prostitute. All right, you have to. Woman has to see, any logical thinking woman has to see. Okay, yeah, I'll give him sex in exchange for his protection that I see he can give out. So she exchanges her relative beauty, youth, looks, sex in exchange for the man's protection. That is the core exchange. So to be woman is to be prostitute. So with that being said, another hard part that women have around the world is not just American, black, white, Asian, whatever. The hardest part that they have is to say what they want without sounding like a prostitute. So what you'll find is you'll find women that say, "Oh, I want a man to pay all my bills. I want him to do this. I want him to do that." Well, for what? Oh, because I fuck him, right? So then you have the other women, like they think they're gonna beat the system and beat the game and go the other route. Men should worship the ground I walk on just because I'm a woman. You see, like I said, woman's hard. What the hard part that woman has in the world to make herself, you know, to get what, because this is to be woman. To be woman is to want man's protection. She doesn't know anything else. All right, all right. Woman wants to feel that aggression, that will to act that man has. That's what she wants. Now she can get it temporarily from online dating, you know, and get fucked by 700 dudes while she looks like a beluga whale. But to get that long term, that's where all women, they fall into this panic mode, and they're in panic because their existence relies on a male protector. A male protector that at the same time she figures other women may want him too. So anyway, this is a relatively small clip, but watch my talk for like 45 minutes on it. But yeah, here we go.
Supposed to, traditionally, you lot are supposed to worship the ground we walk on. This is the problem of society. Traditionally, you are meant to worship the ground we walk on. You understand? We're meant to be here, you're meant to be there. That's why it's different. That's why it's different. If God has blessed you with your queen, you better just grab her. I'm a woman, superior gender. Do you understand? Men are supposed to worship the superior gender that is me. And I'm like, the creme de la creme of the female species, so a man needs to worship me. I don't know what's wrong with these boys. They've got their screws loose. Bow down in the presence of royalty.
Mm.
He needs some milk.
So there it is. You should worship the ground you walk on. Is your queen, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay. Don't you love dumb bitches? See, dumb bitches. This is why the world just never listens to women on a whole and just kind of just pushes them to the side. This is why, because all this is because all this always comes from she couldn't find the man that she wanted. The man that she wanted went with another woman, so now she's sitting around mad and complaining. That's the only time you hear women complain is because either she's mad because she's fat or the man that she really wanted went off with a woman that's prettier than her. That's the only time you hear him complaining, and she can't keep a man. Okay? That's what it all comes down to. In the video, boop! No, I'm playing. Anyway. Well, yeah, but that is true, though. But, okay, so let's actually look at this in a realistic view. In proper orders of shit, right? Okay. Men should worship the ground a woman walks on. So, this woman, what do you bring back as a benefit to Austria? Okay, let's put it like this. I would love to see this play out in real life. Let's say if all the men on Earth just stopped caring. Let's just say all the men on Earth just disappeared with the Thanos snap. Okay, y'all remember the Avengers? The Avengers, when Thanos got the gauntlet and he snapped and half everything died. So let's say when Thanos snapped, all men just disappeared, right? Now, how do you think society would turn out after that? I'll tell you how. I'd say within 6 months max, there'd be no more running water. Correction. There'd be no more drinkable running water after 6 months. There'd be no more. There'd be no more electricity. There would be no more. Anything that would have a moving part would just stop. Would just break and nobody would ever fix it. All these luxuries that bitches talk shit after it's made, you know, you have to laugh at it because bitches, because they're dumb. They don't fucking know. All they know is how can I get fucked? How can I compete with Sarah down the street who gets fucked? And how can I make more men want to fuck me? That's as far as their brains go. And then after that, it's, I got to work a job to pay rent. And that's about as far as it goes. And for the fat bitches, I got to stop eating. You know, because if I could stop eating, I could be even more fuckable to the world. Like, and that's as far as they brain. Like, their brains, they don't have intricate thought most of the time. There are some, but for the most part, especially with Western women, because I actually got interviews coming up, and I'm going to start posting pretty soon. Where I'm talking to a girl I met in Ukraine, and we did a Skype interview on here. And one thing I have found is like when you go further off in them countries where that money starts getting lower and lower, like women are more open about knowing the reality of the game. See, is once these bitches start ending up in the UK and shit, you know what I'm saying, where they start ending up in these countries, they got a lot of money. Like y'all remember that line from was it Batman when Bane was it was The Dark Knight Rises, and Batman tried, he was old, but he was trying to beat up Bane, and Bane was said, he's like, victory has defeated you.
Victory has defeated you.
That victory has defeated you is essentially what Western societies do to women. The victory defeated them. Now they're just pathetic, loud, stupid, fat, and dumb. Well, even more dumb than normal. All right? Let's watch this shit again.
Supposed to, traditionally, you're not supposed to worship the ground we walk on. This is the problem in society. Traditionally, you are meant to worship the ground we walk on. You understand? We're meant to be here, you're meant to be there. That's why it's different. That's why it's different.
Like I said, man, the only reason she's talking like this, the only reason she got a little courage, well, it's two things. One, because if she could have found a man, if she could have found a man who treated her well and all that, she wouldn't be talking like this. All right. if she found a man who she could respect, who was treating her well and all that, she wouldn't be talking like this. So it's clear either she don't got a man or she has a man that she don't respect for real. And then part two is the only reason she's talking like this is because she's pretty much figured, oh, I got my tits hanging out. I got this. I had my tits hanging out. I put on 15 pounds of makeup and wear an extension, so I think I'm the epitome of woman, of black woman. I'm guessing in the UK. I'm guessing that's where this is. That's what the accents sound like. So it's got her head hyped, you know. But like all women, when they talk, like when all women start talking all this shit, especially when they look relatively youthful, give it 10 years, man. Just give it five to 10 years, and she'll keep trying to put on the act that she's, that she's, I got options. She'll keep that act up. But like I said, man, see, men should worship the line. Men should worship the ground we walk on. Coming from a bitch who can't keep a man, or a man that, because like I said, see, by the time woman is winning as woman for real, you don't see her on shows like this. She has no interest in going on shows like this. You know what I'm saying? But when a woman is winning as woman, meaning that she is sitting down with a man who she respects, and they both treat each other well, and they probably got some kids together, and they working as a family and all this. See, women doing that shit, they not on shows like this. And see, this is what dumb bitches don't understand. Women doing all this shit on YouTube and these reality shows for likes and shit like that. See, that is a severely confused woman, because what they're really trying to see, what they're lacking is they're lacking true, genuine love in their life. So they have to get it synthetically through Instagram and social media and shit like that, right? Because what every one of these women needs, sitting down right here on this show, whatever this is, BK Chat London, whatever the fuck this is, all these women, what they need, and this is complicated, what they need to go out and sit with a man and have some babies, one, and then two, work at loving their actual children and being there for their children. Because there are there's single mothers, there's plenty of single mother trash out there who are still confused. They still trying to get 4,000 likes from the world while they ain't paying attention to their own damn kids. But this they dumb. But like I said, see, bitches don't think. Bitches have to go to school to learn reality. And school, by either mean like literally, they have to literally go to school to learn it, or the school of life will eventually beat her down in a submission to where she has to eventually see it one day. One of the two. But like I said, women in the world who are winning as women, like I said, they got with a man, they have, they got kids, and they're active in their kids' life. They taking the kids to soccer practice, basketball practice, and they are legitimately active in that shit and working on their home and all, and they're working as a team with their man for real. Those women have no interest in shows like this. None. Not a single one. They don't have interest. So in other words, this is how when women fail as women, well, women always tell on themselves, but these girls are not even aware that they're telling on themselves as being failures of women just by existing here. Like I say, online dating, another example. I wouldn't count coronavirus time because we were under quarantine around the world, but outside of coronavirus time, online dating is the same thing. Online dating is 93% of the cases the junkyard of women. And I'll go into explanation because I used to talk about it a long time ago. So the reason why I say online dating is the junkyard of women, I don't care if she's single with no kids. All right. This online dating, women merely existing in online independently. All right, not because she's doing modeling or she's like doing gymnastics or she's something like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when she is existing more on a solo role, like like being a loud dumb bitch like this talking shit, or being online dating. These worlds are the junkyard of women. right? And the reason I say that is, I used to say it in my older videos. Why it is a junkyard of women is because really think about how a woman sells herself in the world, and just think about a woman's real existence. So woman sells more off of what she just physically looks like and how she's, how she's moving. Does she look like she'd be a good mother one day? Does she look like she would, all that, right? So with that being said, women and the world can usually agree. You approach a woman like how you approach a car, right? So let's say, okay, every woman by default in the world is going to be some man's Ferrari, right? Because there's always going to be a dude 3 steps beneath that woman, and that woman thinks she's too good for him. So let's just, so to make it a widely used term, every woman starts out the dating market relative to some man a Ferrari, right? Now, think about all the men who can actually afford to buy Ferraris. They've been test driving her, kick her back out, test drive her, kick her back out, right? And then the guys who can, if they save their money, they can rent a Ferrari. Well, she's too good for them, right? And every now and then she may throw them a bone, something like that. But she thinks she's too good for them. She's waiting for that guy who can buy Ferraris to come pick her up. Well, guess what? Days turn into months. Months turn into half years. Half years turn into full years. And then next thing you know, full years has now turned into a decade. And the Ferrari buyers are not buying her. Then guess what? She has to get on Tinder and create a profile. And okay, now that's just one view of it. The Ferrari buyers aren't buying these Ferraris, right? Now on top of that, she's still being seen every day. See, that Ferrari is still driving down the street saying with a for sale sign in it. That Ferrari is driving around with a for sale sign in it, and people are passing on it or test driving it at best, right? Now, also you got to think about, what about her colleagues at work? I'm sure some of them know men. How come none of those men want her? What about her family? I'm sure her family, her cousins, aunts, brothers, sister knows somebody. How come these men don't want her? So after all this time, and not to mention when she goes to Starbucks, she goes to pump her gas, she goes to, go to the mall, walk around, and all these guys are always seeing them, and they still end up having to do online. They still have to run back to online. Because like I stated earlier, by the time a woman has a mentality to do something solo on the internet like this, she can't keep a man. It's pretty clear at this point. Okay, she can't keep a man that she really wants. Why is that? Is it because the woman might be the issue? No, it's not. The woman's not the issue. It's definitely the men. It's the men. The men should worship the ground they walk on. Yeah. Riley Reid. So Riley Reid tells bloke to stop sliding into my DMs after getting married.